In this video, I'm going to express the function f of z in the form f of z is equals to u of xy plus I multiplied by v of xy. So we are given that f of z and we want to put it in the form which is above. A complex number is a number which is of the form x plus iy, where x and y are real numbers and I is the square root of -1. So if we put this form of z into this f of z, what we would have there is x plus iy plus 1 divided by x plus iy. We can then go on and look at this part here. That's a fraction, a division of a complex number. When we are looking at division of complex numbers, we multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the given complex number. Now, the conjugate of this z here, which you denote by a z bar, is x minus iy. So when you multiply the numerator and the denominator of this fraction here by that conjugate, what you get there is x plus iy to x minus iy divided by x plus iy times x minus iy. Now go on and look at this part. When you're multiplying this, when you multiply the x by the x, we get an x squared. Then x times minus iy plus x times I minus iy to give us a 0. Then we would have the part where we have iy times minus iy. What we know is that I squared will give us a -1 because we said I is the square root of -1. So the part where we have the I there would then go on and simplify to y squared because the minus there would be multiplied by the minus when you square the I. So it will be plus y squared. So this how that we get there is x plus iy, x minus iy divided by x squared plus y squared. So that is what we are having now. And looking at this part and this part here, what we can do is we can put it under a common denominator. The common denominator will be the x squared plus y squared. So it will become x plus iy multiplied by x squared plus y squared divided by x squared plus y squared plus x minus iy divided by x squared plus y squared. I can now go on and look at this part here. Multiply this part by the x. So what we would have there is x cubed plus xy squared divided by x squared plus y squared. Now looking at this part here, multiplying it by the iy, what we get there is I x squared y plus I y cubed divided by x squared plus y squared. And then this other part, we'll write it as it is because we are not changing it. So that is what we are having now. Now we go on and combine the real parts and the imaginary parts, put them on their own. Now this part here is a real part. We combine it with this part here where we have the x, that will be a real part. So what would have there when you combine this one and the part where we have this x, we would have x cubed plus xy squared plus x divided by x squared plus y squared. For the imaginary parts, we are having this one here and the part where we have this iy. So when you combine the imaginary parts, this one and this part, what we'll get is I multiplied by x squared y plus y cubed minus y divided by x squared y squared. What we are now having there is this f of z is now of this form, a u plus an iv. We are having a real part plus a part where we have the imaginary part. So this will be our u and this will be our v.